Hello, crew. How is everybody? It is awesome to be here live with you to talk about pretty serious topic. Are you one of those people that keeps letting themselves down? If that's you, you need to listen in today because there's some important things that you need to be aware of as to maybe the reasons that you do that, and 5 things that I'm going to share with you that you could, consider that may help you stop doing that. Okay. Now, what's the reason that I'm talking about this? If we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. This is just a bit of fun for our amazing community here of home-based business owners, direct sellers, those that are in a business model where you are in control of your success. So you're given the rights to sell something for somebody else, and it's all up to you. You don't have a boss. You don't have somebody leaning over your shoulder with a job description telling you what to do. It's all up to you. So that kind of entrepreneurial business requires a lot of drive, discipline, planning, all of those kind of things. And often people in these kind of businesses and, this entrepreneurial type business where you are in control, we often let ourselves down. We're happy to keep everybody else happy, but somehow we're okay with the fact that we let ourselves down, because that's often what happens. Everybody gets, the best of you, and you end up letting yourself down over and over and over again with what you want, with what your goals are, with what you're striving for. So I go live 5 times a week for the most part. And at the beginning of the week, which is this video, I talk about something to do with personal growth, personal development, something to help you think about being a better version of yourself. Because if you want to be successful in your business, particularly online, that's what we talk about here, building your business online, is it all comes down to you. It's your responsibility, no one else's. It's not your husband, not your wife, not your kids, not anyone else around you, not your mentor, not even your upline if you've got one. It's your responsibility to do what you need to do to get where you want to go. If you want to lose weight, no one else can do it for you. If you want to build your business to a certain level, no one else can do it for you. It is 100% your responsibility. And so sometimes we need to look in the mirror and take that 100% responsibility, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense, guys? So this video, I am actually an hour and a half earlier than I am normally live. So those of you that have found me live, thank you for being here. It's amazing that you've done that. The reason for that, some of you may not know, I am a mentor for an American mentorship. They're based in America. Mentorship company, and I do webinars for them, regularly, and review people's Facebook ads and help their students on things to help them build their business online. And for 6 months of the year, our time zones don't work very well. So a lot of people in the US and Canada, well, you guys go into daylight savings, we lose ours, and it pushes our time zones even further apart than they normally are. So I've got to host a webinar in 30 minutes time. Hence why I'm doing my live earlier. So those that have found me live, thank you. It's awesome to have you on. So we'll just say quick hellos and then get into the content. We've got Cherie. Hello, Crystal. Hi, Shadat. How are you? It's good to see Heather. We've got a Facebook user. So that just means somebody's watching from my group rather than my page, because I'm broadcasting in 3 different places at the moment. So just click the StreamYard link. It's streamyard.com/Facebook. And then I'll be able to see who you are. Hello, Haley. I know, because I'm earlier. All the UK people are like, what? She's live when I'm awake. It's been a while. Yeah, because I'm live earlier than usual. That's why, Haley. So great to see you on. Hello, Jennifer. Lovely to see you on. Hello, Laurie. We've got Ellie. We've got Debbie. Gloria's here as well. We've got Jackie and Nikki and Soyeni and Cheryl, and the list goes on. So great to see you guys all on live. Thank you for joining me. But I'll get into the content because I do need to host this webinar in 25 minutes, okay? So this is a really important topic and quite common. So, don't feel that you're called out with this video in any way, because generally most people let themselves down in some way, whether that's to do with your business. You know what you need to do. Most of you know what you need to do in your businesses, but something stops you. Some of you will want to lose weight. You're on a continuous diet. You want to get fitter. You want to get healthier, but something stops you from keeping up eating healthy food 100% of the time, or going for the walk, or exercising. Like, there's usually something in somebody's life where they let themselves down. And human nature for a lot of people is that they want to keep everyone else happy. And as a result of that, you end up putting yourself last. So you want to look after the kids. They need you. That's a priority. Husband, wife, whoever's in your life, animals, whatever it is, generally somebody needs you. And so we can end up, helping everyone else before ourselves. Even on social media, you can end up answering, all your emails, all the questions you've got in Messenger, helping everybody else, attending to everybody else and what they want from you, and then you don't get your own work done. So there's lots of ways that this can show up, okay? And it comes down to 5 things mainly that you need to look at to try to help with this. But let's just try to understand where it comes from first. Reality is, guys, if you let yourself down badly, continually, there's probably some kind of self-belief, self-worth issues there for you. So when we continually doubt ourselves, we continually doubt that we can be successful, we have a lack of self-belief that we can be millionaires, you have just a lack of self-belief that you can do it. Can I really do it? Can I be successful? Who's going to listen to me? All the things that you worry about. What's somebody going to think of me? If you truly had 100% confidence and loved yourself 100%, not in a vanity way, just like truly respected yourself for who you are, your life, and what you have in your life, you wouldn't care what other people think. You just really wouldn't. You just live your life for whatever it is that you want to do, you want to say, and what you want to achieve. So it generally comes down to a massive lack of self-belief in some way, a lack of self-esteem. That might be something that's grown since you were a kid. It's not something that might be, even in the last 20 years. It could be something that's happened as a child, some way that you were grown up, how you were treated, what somebody said to you. It could be a teacher, a mentor, a parent that kept saying no to you. There can be lots of reasons as to why you think the way you do now. It's a scary thought, but research shows that by the time we're about the age of 7, we've already formed a lot of our self-beliefs about ourselves. So either we're that unstoppable 7-year-old and we're just going to go for it in life, or it's like, no, you can't do that, or no, that's not realistic, or no, from parents and teachers and stuff like that. So there are various examples in everybody's life as to why you might have a lack of self-belief, okay? But this is where it shows up. So if you're that kind of person that continually lets yourself down and you never follow through with things, it just means you've got work to do on yourself with self-belief and self-worth and things like that. It's just a given. It's where it comes from, okay? But just checking in with, disappointment generally comes from, one of 2 things. So when you get disappointed in yourself, like, I'm sure there's things that you do that you're disappointed in yourself, and that causes a vicious circle. So you have goals and dreams and you want to achieve something, you want to lose weight, you want to achieve this in the business, you want to do this, that, and whatever. You don't do it, and then you get disappointed in yourself. Is that fair to say that you've probably experienced that before, on more than one occasion? So disappointment comes from one of 2 things. It comes from expectations and your behaviors. So which one is out of whack? Generally, it's the behaviors, not the expectations. But if your expectations are through the roof, it may be that your expectations are unrealistic. Maybe you've set these audacious goals and you've said, I want to lose 10 kilos in the next 7 days. Because somebody's put some stupid thing on social media. I've seen them, and it's like, let's lose 10 kilos in 7 days. Yeah, right, okay. But maybe that's your expectation. So it could be, and I'm just using that as an example to help you sort of understand what I'm saying here, but maybe your expectation is completely unrealistic. There is that. But for the most part, it's our behaviors that let us down. So you've got an expectation, you want to reach this in your business, you want to reach this with your weight or your fitness or your goals or dreams or hobbies or whatever it is that you're striving for. So you've got an expectation, but your behaviors are nowhere near what it requires to get to the expectation. That's mainly where 90% of the population sit, is that they don't do what they need to do to get where they want to go. So it's not necessarily that your expectations are completely out of whack, although that could be somebody's issue. But that's what disappointment is, guys, is you want for something, but your behaviors are nowhere near matched to actually get there. And when you don't, so you've got this expectation, you want to achieve this, and then when you don't, you're completely disappointed in yourself. But if you really looked in the mirror, you kind of might need to say, well, actually, that's 100% my fault because I didn't do the work, or I ate the fries instead of eating the lettuce, or, you know, I didn't go for the walks that I knew I needed to get fitter. You know, whatever it is, guys, it's generally human behavior. And the human behavior comes down to, you know, I'm going to give you 5 things here that might help you with the human behavior. Am I making sense so far, guys? I hope I am. So that's where, you know, expectations or behavior, it's mainly behavior. So how can we help this behavior? How can we help improve this behavior? These are the kind of things you want to look at. Okay. So I got notes here. If I'm looking down, I'm just referring to them. I can't remember all of this stuff. So number 1, absolutely boring, you're going to tell me, but total reality is a lack of planning. Number 1 reason that people, you know, don't have the correct human behaviors is you're just not planning for it. So, you know, with the losing weight, the food and stuff like that, like you need to prep your meals to eat healthy, don't you? Like it's just planning, it's thinking in advance. It's having vegetables cut up in the fridge, you know, ready to go. So if you're hungry, you go for that snack instead of the chocolate biscuit, you know, things like that. In your business, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what you're doing, you're just not going to do it. You know, even things like live video and posts on social media and stuff like that, if you don't plan it out, it won't happen. There's so many of you sitting there going, you know, oh, I just hate posting on social media, or I don't know what to post on social media. It's just because you're not planning it out. It's just that simple. If you sat down a week ahead and said, right, what am I going to talk about next week on my lives, or what posts am I going to put out there? I can't tell you how gratifying it is to know what you're doing ahead of time, and it just gets done. I've told you guys over and over again, like I go live five times a week for the most part. And if I don't plan out what I'm going to talk about during, like beforehand, like on a Sunday for the following week, do you know how much time I waste trying to look for content the night before, 5 days a week? Like I would waste so many more hours doing that. And it's frustrating. It's not a confidence building at all. So when you plan, and I know it's boring, but a lot of you that are disappointing yourselves, you're just not prioritizing what it is you need to do. So pull your finger out and get some planning underway. What do you need to do to meet the expectations of what you're trying to achieve? Is that a fair call, guys? Just planning is number 1. Number 2, again, boring. You probably already know it. A lot of this is not going to be new to you, but are you doing it? If you're continually letting yourself down, these are the things you need to look at. Planning is one of them. The second one is anybody keeping you accountable? And it needs to be external to you, not just you keeping yourself accountable to yourself. And you don't tell anybody what your goals are, because if you don't tell anybody, then you're not letting anyone down, you know, apart from yourself. And that's okay, because you're quite happy to let down yourself, but you won't let down anybody else. You've got to have accountability. Who are you working with? Who's in your team? Who can support you? Say your goals out loud. That's why it's a really good idea. If you want to lose weight, you announce it. Okay, I'm going on a new meal plan. I'm exercising. The reason that you say things publicly and you say it to other people is it helps keep you accountable. So you yourself, because hopefully you're somebody that is true to your word. There's that. But there's also other people that can back you that are in your corner. So be brave enough to put a goal out there. Tell the people around you that are supporting you what that is, and say to them, Even say, like I could say to my husband, right, I'm eating clean for the next month. Do not bring home any chocolate. Or if I go for the chocolate, stop me, please. Help somebody, keep you accountable. If you've got business goals, tell people what they are so they can keep you accountable to it, and they can call you on it. You're not going to like it. Sometimes people that keep you accountable are going to give you a kick up the bum because you keep repeating the same behaviors. But that's because that person cares enough about you to help you achieve whatever it is that they want you to achieve. Make sense? So 2 is accountability. 3, value yourself enough to follow through with what's important to you. Value yourself enough. So maybe what you need to do is some huge work on you. If you don't value yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, if you've got low self-esteem, then you probably won't follow through with things because you'll think, oh, it's not worth it anybody. My son, my daughter, my husband, that person needs me. That's more important. I'm happy to let myself down. That's what a lot of people move through life doing. So value yourself enough to actually follow through with what it is that you want to do. Why would you self-sabotage yourself that much that you send yourself on a constant spiral of disappointment because your behaviors are not meeting your expectations? That's all you. You just don't value yourself enough. You don't love yourself enough. You don't have enough self-worth or self-belief to follow through with what it is you say you want to do with whatever your expectations are. So to be able to value yourself enough, you've got to do some work on yourself. And that's not, here, there, or everywhere. That is every day, guys. If that's you, you need to work on you every day because you don't change overnight. You need to create new thinking habits, and that takes time. So don't delay it anymore. Start now. Do whatever helps you. Is it meditation? Is it exercise? Is it carving out time every single day for something for you? Is it a bath? Is it affirmations on your mirror in the bathroom so you see them as soon as you get up and you see them before you go to bed? Is it saying so every morning and every night? When I'm in bed, when I go to bed at night, I'm reaffirming what it is that I want to achieve. And I'm saying that again before my feet hit the floor. I'm always reconfirming what it is that I want to achieve and believe it, and, telling myself that I can do it. These are my goals and this is what I'm striving for. That's the kind of stuff you need to do every single day, but you can actually do it in minutes. Those of you that you don't value yourself enough and you're in this constant spiral of letting yourself down, that has to be a priority for you guys. If you don't, the same patterns will show up in your life over and over and over again. You will continually want things and never get them. You'll continually have goals and dreams. And, that's the kind of person that can be jumping from business to business to business to business because you don't think you've found the right team or the right formula or, whatever it is for you. But more often than not, it's actually not any of that. It's just you. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, the expectations side of it. Start small, guys. If you continually let yourself down, you need to bring it back a notch and make small goals that are achievable and let yourself achieve them. And just bite-size achievements and expectations that you can achieve. So then you're getting these, neurons in your brain that's saying, these are my expectations and my behaviors are actually, they're matching it. I'm not disappointed in myself because I achieved what I set out to achieve. It was a small goal, but I achieved it. You need to set new patterns for yourself to tell yourself that you can do it. So maybe you need to bring your expectations back a bit so the behaviors that you need to have are, they're achievable for you, but they're on a smaller scale. So number 4 is starting small. Just allow yourself to set small expectations so you can achieve them. Okay, cool, I did that. Progress is progress. Do not compare yourself to other people in this industry. Do not compare yourself to other people generally in what they do. And you look at other people and they're doing so well. Why aren't I doing that? And, I feel like a failure and I'm letting myself down. And then you just, all this hate stuff comes in, and then vicious circle, guys. So your world, only your world, you're not comparing to anybody else, baby steps, small steps with what your expectations are, and then your behaviors. You can start retraining yourself to have small behaviors and let those behaviors build. So then you can get to where you want to go. If your expectations up here, but your behaviors are down here, you are in a constant state of disappointment. So let's try to do that. That's what number 4 is all about. Okay. Number 5 might be a bit of an ouch. So listen up. Okay. When I read research about this, it was like, oh, that's a bit harsh, but it's actually true. Okay. Number 5 is basically you're ungrateful. How does that feel? That like, that's a bit strong, Helen. What do you mean by that? If you were grateful for everything around you and grateful for where you're at in life and grateful for all the things that you had, you wouldn't have behaviors that don't meet your expectations. If you were absolutely, let me give you some examples to put this into perspective. If you are absolutely, completely grateful for your body and, the makeup of your body and the fact that you wake up and you're alive every day and, you've got loved ones in your life and things like that, like you're absolutely 100% grateful for, having 2 arms and 2 legs and stuff like that. If you've got that, and you're lucky enough to that, you wouldn't abuse your body. You wouldn't put crap food in your body. You would look after yourself, wouldn't you? If you're 100% grateful for what you have, you wouldn't abuse it because you'd be in love with it. You're grateful for it. You don't abuse things that you are grateful, 100% grateful for. So if you're grateful for your body that you've been given in this world, you wouldn't overeat. You wouldn't eat crap food. You wouldn't self-sabotage yourself on the diet, those kind of things. If you're 100% grateful for the fact that you've got an opportunity to be in an online business and to help people with whatever products that you have to help people with, if you're grateful to have the opportunity that somebody presented that to you and you're like, this is amazing to be able to offer this to other people and to help people with their health or their skin or their finances or whatever business that you are in, and you can actually help them generate an income from their own home, as long as they've got an internet connection and a computer or a phone or something like that. How amazing is that? How grateful are you to even have the internet, that you can actually run a business just with an internet connection? How amazing is that in the world? If you were truly appreciative and grateful of that, you would never be scared to talk to people about your business. Do those examples make sense? So if you are absolutely grateful for everything you have and what you do, and you are just blessed every day to wake up and your eyes open and you are alive, then you are blessed. You are absolutely blessed. And when you're blessed, you don't abuse yourself. You don't let yourself down. Don't create bad habits. You wouldn't be scared to talk to people about your business, all of the above. So when I say that research shows that, people that continually disappoint themselves, they're not grateful enough. Take that in context that if you were absolutely 100% grateful for everything around you, you wouldn't abuse anything. You wouldn't let yourself down in any area. Make sense? So there's another area of focus maybe for some of you, to be much more grateful with what you have, the opportunities that you've been given, who you are, the fact that you wake up in the morning and you're alive for another day. If you have a husband or a wife or kids or animals, even grandchildren, whoever, what have you got in your life that feeds you with love? Being 100% grateful for that and treating yourself and everybody around you with utmost respect. If you were truly 100% grateful for all of that, you wouldn't abuse yourself or self-sabotage yourself over and over and over again. So from this video, maybe you can take from this, I continually let myself down. Maybe I need to work on self-love, self-belief, self-worth. And maybe I need to practice some more gratitude. Because if I was truly grateful for everything around me, I wouldn't do this to myself or to others or let myself down all the time. So maybe, take from this, those 5 things. Maybe you need to get better at planning and organizing yourself so you get done what you need to get done. Number 2, maybe you need to talk to some people, announce things publicly, get a support network around you of people that are going to keep you accountable to your goals, because maybe you are not capable of doing it alone at this point in time. I mean, it's wonderful when everybody takes 100% self-responsibility, set goals and follow through with them, and, everything's hunky-dory. That's a very rare person that never needs anybody in their life. Anyway, that's another story. Anyway, so helping people keep you accountable, okay? Number 3, maybe you need to work on valuing yourself more, self-belief, self-worth. What is it that you need to work on? Number 4, smaller goals. Make it more realistic so behaviors can grow. You might be starting from down here. You want to get up here. You make baby steps. Bring back the expectations so your behaviors can meet that expectation. And then you set another expectation and then you improve your behaviors. Baby steps. Don't have huge expectations when you're literally down here with self-worth and down here with gratitude. It's just a mismatch that you'll continually end up disappointing yourself. Okay. And number 5 is really thinking about that gratitude piece. You wouldn't waste a minute if you were grateful, totally grateful for being alive every day. You just wouldn't waste time, beating yourself up about things. You just get the job done. You just do what you need to do to make the most of every single day. Okay. Does this make sense? I hope it has. I'll go back and look at your comments afterwards. I've got 3 minutes before I have to host this webinar, so I've got to go. But I really think this is important. These videos that I do at the beginning of the week, guys, this is what's going to make you successful. Social media is social media is social media. A funnel isn't going to make you successful. A Facebook ad isn't going to make you successful. You are the one that is going to make you successful. But if you continually disappoint yourself and let yourself down, how are you ever going to be successful? So work on you, make you amazing, and then your business will be amazing. Okay? So I hope no one takes offense to that, but there's food for thought in that for you guys, and that you can actually not just listen to this. Don't just listen. Actually go and do and make some changes in your life that you can actually benefit from this information. Okay, I just want to see the best for you guys. I want to see you all succeed. That's where my heart comes from when I talk about stuff like this. So I hope you have a blessed day. I will be back tomorrow at my normal time. Just thank you for being here. Those that are on live that caught me earlier, and those of you that catch the replay, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.